Hi, I'm Tiana from Russia. Please like and subscribe. My mom gave birth to two identical twins, me and my sister Mila. Unfortunately, we were only a month old when my parents divorced. Mom took Mila to the city while I stayed in the village with Dad. Dad was my only friend because growing up, I was super shy and preferred to read and write stories in my journal than play with other kids.
Are you sure you want to spend another Friday night alone, sweetie?
Don't worry, Dad. I'm fine. Aren't you happy I'm not going to any wild parties or dating any boys? Then one day when I was 16, I got a strange visitor.
Hi, Tiana. Oh, you're all grown up now and so beautiful.
Thanks. Do I know you?
Wow, I guess your dad never mentioned me much or kept any pictures. I'm your mom.
You're joking, right? But she wasn't. Instead, Dad came over and the two of them sat down with me in the living room.
All right, I let you come over because you said you had an emergency. So what's going on?
It's Tiana's sister, Mila. She's a model and makes a lot of money, but she started struggling with mental illness and suddenly quit. Now, if she doesn't complete her contract, we'll be sued for a crazy amount of money. Tiana has to fill in for her. No one will know. I may have to trim her bangs a bit, though. Wait, what? This is the emergency?
What a stupid and twisted thing to ask your daughter that you haven't seen in 16 years. Get out of my house, right now.
They started arguing and I didn't know what to do. So I just slipped out of the room and tried to calm myself down. But Mom just wouldn't give up. And the next day, she made me a crazy offer.
Your father mentioned you write stories and that it's your dream to become a famous author. What if I told you I knew an agency that could publish your work and pay you a fortune?
How could I say no to something like that? After that, I convinced Dad to do the modeling contract and finally, he agreed. So, I moved to the city where Mom and Mila lived in a mansion. Mom greeted me at the door and hugged me tightly. I still wasn't entirely comfortable with her, but it was nice to feel welcome.
You'll meet Mila later today. She doesn't leave her bedroom. She even has dinner there.
You mean I'll only see her if I come upstairs with you? Doesn't she ever leave the house? Mom didn't answer. She just snapped her fingers and ordered some servants to get me settled in my room. God, this place was so different from what I was used to. And I was curious to meet my mysterious sister, too. That evening, I was reading in my room when I heard a scream outside my room. I went into the hallway to find the maid covered in food. That's when I also saw Mom and Mila. I told her I wanted pizza for dinner, not these soggy vegetables.
Of course, baby, our mistake. But pizza's not good for you right now. We'll get you the tastiest salad ever. I'll give you a raise, all right? I can't have another servant quit because of her.
You always do this, Mom. I don't want a salad. If I don't get a pizza right now, I'll take all of your gold jewelry and give it to the neighbor's dog to chew on and then throw up. Excuse me, but don't speak to your mom like that. And you certainly didn't need to throw food at your maid. This is my twin sister, Mom. She has a lot of nerve for a house guest. Also, we may look identical, but her skin is way more blotchy than mine. You should tell the photographer that beforehand. Jeez, this girl was something else. I went off to bed after that, and Mom told me not to take Mila's behavior personally.
I just want her to be happy and healthy.
The next day, I arrived on set, when suddenly, I noticed everyone glaring at me and whispering angrily. What was going on? Hey, why is everyone here giving me dirty looks? Did I do something wrong?
Ugh, you're here? I thought you quit after you humiliated me in front of thousands of people. Also, you bullied every single person on set since you started working here, Mila. They were hoping they'd never see you again after you left.
What? I bullied everybody here? And what did I do to you? I mean, I didn't take my meds this morning, so I forgot what happened. Can you remind me?
Ugh, give me a break.
Mila had apparently done a lot of horrible things because every person around me acted like I was some kind of monster. I called Mom and told her what had happened.
You must have spoken with Vlad, Mila's coworker and ex-boyfriend. She dumped him publicly during an acceptance speech for an award show and said some mean things. Just focus on your work, honey. He's not your problem.
I knew Mom was right, so the next day, I ignored all the death stares and kept to myself. But later that afternoon, Vlad and I had to do a photo shoot together. The photographer was about to start when suddenly she started freaking out.
I cannot work like this, Vlad. How much weight did you gain? The costume designers worked really hard and you… forget it. I'm requesting a different model. What? Why? We've been rehearsing this for weeks, and I haven't gained any weight.
He really does look great. Maybe his suit just has to be tailored a bit.
The photographer wouldn't listen, and Vlad stormed off with tears in his eyes. Vlad, don't listen to that photographer. You're in great shape. I don't get why she had to be such a jerk. Well, she wasn't totally wrong. I have put on a little weight. I'm surprised you didn't make fun of me about it.
Have I made fun of your body in the past?
You made fun of it in front of thousands of people during your award speech. You said you were dumping me because I didn't have abs anymore.
Wow. Well, I'd like to apologize for that. The truth is, I think you're really brave for doing a job like this. I hate having my picture taken. I mean, even though I'm a model. The point is, I'm sorry.
Oh, okay. I really didn't expect an apology from you. We're still broken up, but thanks for that.
After our talk, Vlad was nicer to me, which made my job a lot easier. One day, I headed to the den to watch some TV when I saw Mila sitting on the couch.
What are you doing here?
What do you mean? This is my house, isn't it?
Yeah, but I thought you never came out of your room.
I don't, but my room doesn't have a TV, and I like watching my MSA videos on a big screen. You watch MSA too? They're my favorite YouTube channel. Their stories are what inspired me to become a writer. Yeah, I don't care. You can watch with me as long as you keep your mouth shut. I decided to take the opportunity to spend time with Mila. She obviously had some issues, and I was curious to know more about her. As we were watching videos, Mila's phone suddenly rang and she looked annoyed. Why is Vlad calling me? My heart started racing as Mila answered the phone. Apparently, Vlad had called to ask her out to coffee. He said he's glad we're getting along better lately and that I seem happier and healthier. Did you flirt with him or something? What? No, we're just friendly coworkers. Listen to me. At your job, you're not Tiana, you're Mila. And Mila doesn't want you talking to Vlad at all. I still love him. You love him, and yet you dumped and publicly body-shamed him? Look, I'm not interested in your ex-boyfriend, but I'm allowed to be his friend. He's not your property, and he deserves to be around someone who doesn't mistreat him. I left before Mila could answer, and the next morning at work, I told Vlad I was sorry if I was rude to him on the phone and that I was happy to hang out.
I really don't have time for your games, Mila.
I'm not playing games, dude. Just whatever you do, don't call or text me on that number again. I got a new number. I convinced Vlad to let me buy him coffee, and as we were walking to a cafe, I saw a lady come up to us with a little girl behind her. I'm so sorry to bother you, but my daughter is a big fan and I wanted to say hi. She's just a little shy. You don't have to feel shy. I'm just a normal girl at the end of the day, like you. Did your mom buy you this pretty scarf? Actually, I got it as a present from my agency. Do you want it? I think you'd look even better in it than I do. No, we can't possibly accept that from you.
Mila, that scarf costs thousands of…
It's okay, really. I want her to have it. The girl was starry-eyed, and her mom thanked me over and over.
Wow, I can't believe you just did that. You've changed a lot during your vacation, haven't you? Are you in therapy now or something?
I guess you could say that. Vlad insisted on buying me coffee instead of the other way around, and I even got some free pastries since the cashier was also a fan of Mila. I was living like royalty pretending to be her, and my life as a model just kept getting better. I was getting huge business deals because everyone was amazed at how Mila had apparently made a comeback. But my success drove my sister totally wild. You're just living your perfect life, aren't you? Oh no, wait. You're living my life. The only reason I'm even here is because you sabotaged your career with your awful behavior. Mila just threw a pillow at my head and walked off. What a brat. As more time passed, I also started hanging out with Vlad and we became really close. But I was always hesitant to tell him about my real identity. One night, he walked me home and when we arrived in front of the house, he took my hand and I felt my knees go weak.
I had such a lovely day with you. You seem a lot happier and healthier lately. Or maybe I'm just seeing a different side of you.
Suddenly, he leaned in to kiss me and I found myself pulling away. Vlad, I'm sorry, but I can't kiss you.
What do you mean? I want to give us a second chance because you're the new you.
I know, but things with me are more complicated than they look. I have to go, I'm sorry. I quickly snuck inside the house, but when I closed the door, I saw Mila leaning against the wall. and she looked enraged. "I saw you two from my bedroom window, Tiana. I told you to stay away from Vlad. I know we haven't grown up together, but you're still my sister, and sisters don't steal each other's boyfriends. I'm not stealing anything from you. He tried to kiss me and I refused. But if you still love him, you should reach out and apologize." "Do you think I haven't done that? He won't take me back, Tiana. I know it doesn't look like it, but I am trying to work on myself and become a better person. Hurting Vlad was the biggest regret of my life." I didn't know how to respond to that, and as I lay in bed, I felt torn about what to do. I did have feelings for Vlad, and Mila had been horrible to him, but I still didn't want to hurt her. So the next day at work, I told Vlad I only wanted to be friends.
But why? Is there something you're not telling me?
It's just that suddenly I saw something that made me forget what I wanted to say. The director was putting an envelope next to my purse, and it had my name on it. I left Vlad right away to see what it was. "Excuse me, what's in this bag?"
"The menu for your new diet. You have a photo shoot coming up this month and you need to drop some weight."
"What do you mean I have to drop some weight? This diet is insane. I could get sick."
"That's ridiculous. We've given you this diet many times and you were fine. So can you do your job and follow this diet? Or are you going to go crazy and have a mental breakdown again?"
I felt like the ground beneath me had collapsed. This was how the agency had treated Mila when she was here? No wonder she'd been struggling. I had to see her right away. I went home and knocked on Mila's door, but there was no answer. Then suddenly, I smelled something weird coming from underneath the floor. So I opened the door, and my heart dropped. Mila's entire bedroom was covered with dirty plates, and there was food under her bed that she'd snuck in from the kitchen. At that second, Mila's bathroom door opened. "Oh my God! Get out! This is a total invasion of privacy!" "Mila, what is all this?" "The director gave me the diet menu today, and she said she's always given it to you whenever you put on weight. But now, I think you have an eating disorder." My eating disorder led to my breakdown. I thought it was a harmless diet, but they kept telling me that I was still too heavy. So I started starving myself, but I'd get hungry and stuff my face, and the pressure to look perfect got to me. And then I projected my own insecurities onto Vlad. "Tiana, I was never jealous of you. I just didn't want you to suffer like I did. Oh my God, I had no idea. I am so sorry. But it doesn't excuse my behavior. It's turned me into a monster." I hugged Mila tight and let her cry for a while. And after that, we went straight to the agency to take care of business. But when we arrived, Mom was there. And when she saw Mila, she freaked.
"What is she doing here?" "Tiana, I came here to help you sign a contract for a new business deal. We could get into huge trouble if someone sees you two together."
"Forget it, Mom. I'm not filling in for Mila anymore. I'm done. You care more about money than you do your daughter's health and well-being. This agency totally mistreated Mila and the other models. And if I stay any longer, I'll go down the same dark path she did."
"Oh, Tiana, don't be overly dramatic. Mila's breakdown had nothing to do with the agency."
Mila was about to answer when we heard footsteps behind us. And when we turned around, it was Vlad. I hadn't spoken to him since the other day. His eyes got huge as he stared at Mila and me.
"Mila? You have a twin?"
"Actually, I'm not Mila. My name is Tiana, and I've been secretly filling in for Mila since last month. She didn't want to continue modeling, but they were going to sue us, and she quit before her contract ended, and it was her you've been hanging out with this whole time."
I don't understand. So you both lied to me and the whole world about all this?
"It wasn't our choice. It was..." Vlad walked away before I could finish, and I was devastated. I wanted to go after him, but I had to take care of other things first. I called Dad right away, and with his help, we filed a lawsuit against both the agency and Mom for mistreatment and fraud. Dad got custody of Mila and got her the therapy she needed, and I was still able to get my stories published. But our little switcheroo was all over the news, and Vlad was still ignoring our calls. Then one day, Vlad texted me to meet him at a cafe, but he said he didn't want to talk to Mila. That was weird. "So, talk to me. How come you asked me to come here, but not Mila?"
"Because you're the one I want to be with, Tiana. You're a better person than Mila is. I was hurt that you lied, but I know you had your reasons."
"I'm not a better person than Mila. I just had it way easier than her. She still loves you and wants a second chance."
but she hurt me too deeply, and I don't think I can ever love her the same. You're the one I want to be with." My heart raced as Vlad took my hands, and I stared into his deep, dark eyes. "Vlad, maybe someday we can be together, but right now, I have to focus on myself. I've been living my sister's life for too long, and I've lost touch with who I am. Still, I've loved every moment I spent with you." "Me too. Good luck, Tiana."